Welcome back. So we have another package from Topps that arrived yesterday. Seems like they're getting caught up a little bit better than they were previously. So cards are hitting the market. I've seen some issues. I really haven't had a problem necessarily, but finally getting cards out. And now I believe from here on out, at least coming from Topps, all the Project 2020 cards that I'll be getting from them are going to be the Koufax run. Since I now have all the cards that have been printed thus far, either in hand or on order directly from Topps, and I've generally been getting multiple copies of each one of them. Now this will also be probably the last time I will buy 10 of a card. Prices have come back down to earth, especially as we stabilized after the spike. But still, a lot of the new releases are selling for below what you can get them for Topps. So yes, I will try and get the initial probably 5 or so from Topps. And then if I want to purchase more copies of a particular card, then I will do so on the secondary market. As I record this, the one that is on the Topps site right now is Grotesque's version of Koufax, which is a phenomenal card. I ordered 5, and that's definitely one I will look for on the secondary market to hopefully pick up some more copies at a discounted rate compared to the $15 it is buying directly from Topps upon release. But that's not what was in the mail, obviously. So this particular copy is the Joshua Vides Sandy Koufax. And this is card number 125 of Project 2020. And Vides is, and I'm probably butchering the name, so don't kill me on that. His cards are interesting because it's really an accentuating the actual card designs, both through highlighting, outlining different areas, adding I guess you could call it texture or design, or filling in empty space. But it really is an interesting way to go about it, and they are quite fun cards if you look at all of his stuff. But this is, I think, a solid one. It's probably closest to the original, which for some might be good, for some may be bad. But it is a very solid interpretation of the card. It is not my favorite, but it definitely not my least favorite. Fucci, I'm pretty sure, is going to hold on to that title. But it is an interesting kind of addition to the run, and it really does contrast a lot with the liberties that have been taken by other artists. And there's nothing wrong with kind of doing things a little bit differently. It's actually quite nice when artists do that. But if you compare this one to some of the other cards that have been put out, this is very much a minimalist approach to making the card a little bit different. So you do have some that are kind of way out there. The Fucci, again, was a little too far out there for my liking. Other people love it, which is fantastic. That's what this whole project is about. But from my perspective, it's not really one that's for me, which is perfectly fine. But if you compare this one to the Tyson Beck, which was the release immediately prior to this for the Koufax run. So you have card number 99 and then 125. So obviously quite a different take on the same exact card, but you can still see the commonalities that are carried through. Obviously there's the same portrait, there's the same pose position, the logos are the same. You just have different people interpreting. This is I actually like this design because there's more added to it. There's more depth added to the actual story behind that particular time, in my view, in baseball and Koufax's career, and many different aspects revolving around Koufax. Again, this is more of focusing on the artwork of the card itself and accentuating the card. This is taking more of the external factors surrounding that player and that card and applying it into one unified piece of artwork on cardboard. So again, the V-Days is the one that just showed up. The Tyson Beck was the previous one received, but it really is a fun journey to see how this whole project is progressing. From my perspective, focusing on one player, because by focusing on one player, you still see every single artist's rendition for that particular card, and it's not, I'm not buying 200 or at the end of the run 400 cards. Be a 20 card set, and it's really, I'm going to probably do a review or an overview, I should say, of the first 10, which I should be able to do and have once I have everything in hand for the first 10, and then obviously do the second 10 and an overall. But that's a fun little project to have in the future for another video. But for now, slowly but surely, and fortunately at an increased pace in comparison to a month or two ago, Topps is getting these cards out into our hands so that we can see them in person and really appreciate the work that's put into a lot of these. Because again, it's one of those things where, like a lot of different products, and a lot, especially many of you that, most of you that enjoy cardboard, there are, most of the time, you really can't truly appreciate a card until you have it in hand. Because photographs, as good as they may be, don't really, you're still missing that. It's still two-dimensional when it's on a screen. And while yes, these are two-dimensional pieces, you can still shift and move it on a third axis to see really kind of the interesting aspects of the card and really examine it and look at it and enjoy it on a whole different level than on a computer screen. So that's what I got for you. Again, another Koufax is in hand from the Project 2020 run, and we'll keep moving forward from here and hopefully build out this set as we kind of enter the final push towards 300 and then eventually 400. So until next time, I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see messing up my outro, which happens. That's why I would just do one continuous stream, as you get the errors and everything. But I thank you very much for joining me, and as always, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun, and have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.